We out here on vacation in the Bahamas. Another beautiful day. Check it out. Check it out. Boom. I want to talk to y'all for a minute.
His nose was bleeding. He in the corner screaming, balled up, right? Like I could feel his pain, like he had been forced to do something.
Surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline.
That's how I was able to see the tapes. This is why she think I saw them. And I saw some things that were unreal. And I saw celebrities on the tape. I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room. And that's when I see Dwayne. There was a couch and Will was bent over on the couch and Dwayne was standing up.
Unfortunately, some things happened. And I can't get into the details of exactly what that was. Because it's already a legal issue.
Will Smith wasn't just making headlines for that Oscars moment anymore, because people are now saying there was way more going on behind the scenes and the receipts are sitting right there in plain sight. For a long time, everyone believed Bryshere was being groomed under a legit mentorship, learning the ins and outs of the industry. But now, stories are flipping the script, claiming that what was really happening had nothing to do with career growth at all. Word is, Bryshere started catching real feelings for Will during that time, thinking it was guidance, trust, and opportunity. Then suddenly, once everything was said and done, he was allegedly pushed out, ignored, and quietly blackballed, and that's when his career started crashing hard. When Jaguar Wright first spoke on this, people brushed her off and said she was lying. But fast forward to now, and lawsuits are stacking up, insiders are talking, and folks close to Will are starting to spill what they know. So the big question is still hanging in the air. Was this really just mentorship, or was it something much deeper? And where does Jada fit into all of this, if she even knew at all? For anyone unfamiliar with Bryshere's story, his life didn't just slow down, it completely unraveled. Things took a turn after his former manager, Charlie Mack, connected him with Will Smith and Diddy under the promise of a powerful mentorship program. Allegedly, his mother, Andrea, was aware that this situation might involve more than simple industry advice, but she still allowed it to happen after being promised financial security. In the end, Bryshere believed he was being guided by two industry giants who were supposed to help him rise. Instead, people are now saying there were hidden motives at play, and real mentorship was never part of the plan. Like I said before, once Bryshere's so-called mentorship with Will came to an end, his career didn't just stall. It completely fell apart.
He's with my man, Charlie Mack. So Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's going to be all right.
Uncle Will, who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life. And it's like I'm listening from the greatest, and it's like making me well prepared to work with Taraji.
Right after that chapter closed, his name started popping up for all the wrong reasons, with repeated run-ins with the law that reminded people of other former child stars who spiraled fast. In 2020, Bryshere was arrested after his wife accused him of a serious domestic incident. According to reports, she was so shaken that she ran to a gas station looking for help, where officers stepped in and assisted her. Then in 2022, his name hit the headlines again after another domestic-related arrest, this time involving a woman he was seeing at that point. The pattern was hard to ignore, and people online were watching closely. Photos and videos of Bryshere started circulating, and the comments were brutal. Folks kept saying things like, "He doesn't even look like himself anymore," while others claimed he was set up and mentally broken by the industry. One person even said that Empire deal was coming back to haunt him. Either way, the situation was getting darker by the minute. And just when it felt like things couldn't get messier, Will Smith's former best friend and one-time assistant Bilal jumped into the spotlight with shocking accusations. Bilal publicly claimed Will had crossed serious boundaries in the past and made statements alleging inappropriate behavior involving Bryshere, saying it happened without consent. He also made claims about witnessing situations that raised major red flags, involving other well-known names in the industry.
Open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up. Kill, murder, like it was murder.
Will stayed completely silent through all of this. But Jada wasn't playing around at all. She reportedly threatened legal action if Bilal didn't retract his statements. That move didn't scare him, though. Bilal doubled down in another interview, warning that if the legal threats didn't turn into real action, he would release even more damaging information about Will.
All right, Brother Bilal, listen, I do want to say,
Okay.
for the viewers, because we're going to rewind back, before we put out the interview, all we put out was a clip that went ultra viral. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody in the world got this clip. It was trending for days on Twitter. Okay? Before the interview comes out, what shocked me is Jada is doing her book promotional for Worthy.
Yes.
She goes to the Breakfast Club and she sits down and they ask her about you, but they can't not ask. Like, it's so huge.
Right.
And to my surprise, she answers.
It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action.
Bilal wasn't backing down at all. He basically treated Jada's lawsuit threat like a bluff, hinting that it was nothing more than a scare tactic meant to shut him up.
The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded. And they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw. She did all this to try to scare me, but I fear no one but Allah. Jada, listen, in 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence.
And instead of cooling off after that heated exchange, he did the complete opposite and turned the volume all the way up.
Period. You said I extorted you. You said there's a money shakedown. You said a lot of things about me. And you know that the things that you said were untrue. Let's get into a little bit more of it. Jada runs Will. Period. Me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald-head liar and you're a drug addict, right?
Not long after, Bilal popped up in yet another interview, and this time he went further than ever before. Up until that point, he had only spoken in broad terms about Will's behavior, but now he started naming Bryshere directly.
You told the world that you were going to sue me. As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swift. It's been over 2 weeks. So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the sex parties, right? And the men that you hit with dildo, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. You assassinate my character. You say I extort you. Well, extortion is criminal. Like, I would be in jail right now.
Bilal claimed that the rumors about Will allegedly using mentorship as a way to control young talent were real, and according to him, he personally witnessed it happen with Bryshere. What made the allegations even heavier was Bilal's claim that once these young men were no longer useful, they weren't protected or guided anymore. Instead, he alleged they were left vulnerable and passed around within industry circles, leaving them emotionally and professionally damaged. Those accusations shook a lot of people watching from the outside.
Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right? So I'm like, okay, so now it's starting to make sense, because I would have never believed that the way this guy's acting, something had to happen. So now, Will told me, and this is going to be in paperwork and everything, right? So when Will told me that he did have sexual intercourse with Bryshere, he said Bryshere did ask him to stop. Will said he completed the act, then stopped.
Bilal also reminded everyone that he wasn't just a friend to Will, he was his assistant too. He claimed that part of his role involved staying close to Bryshere during that so-called mentorship period. According to Bilal, Bryshere was given certain privileges at the time, and Bilal said he was expected to be around him constantly because of how involved the situation had become. During one trip to Chicago, Bilal alleged that Bryshere emotionally broke down and opened up about what he felt pressured into doing by powerful people in his circle. Bilal claims that was the moment he realized how deep the situation really was.
I said, listen, I'm here to help you and so forth and so on. So he was like, all right, I feel that. He said, everybody on the set know you. Everybody seem like they love you. Okay. I want to love you because everybody else love you. I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But he kept acting up. And then one day I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, you know Will me. You know Diddy made me suck it. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea.
And here's where it gets even more twisted. Bilal said Bryshere wasn't just involved, he became emotionally attached. What started as admiration and trust slowly turned into real feelings. Bryshere allegedly believed there was loyalty, protection, and long-term support there. But once those feelings became obvious, Bilal claims the energy changed. Access was cut, communication dried up, and when Bryshere was no longer seen as useful, or worse, became a liability, the alleged blackballing began. And here's where things take an even crazier turn, because Jaguar Wright dropped another claim about Bryshere's connection to Will that had people completely shook. According to her, right after Cassie filed her lawsuit, Bryshere was also allegedly in talks with lawyers about taking legal action against Will and Diddy. But before anything could move forward, Jaguar claims his life was threatened, and that alone raised serious alarms. Jaguar didn't stop there either. She went on to allege that there's a secret recording involving multiple high-profile names, including Bryshere, that she claims exposes disturbing behavior behind closed doors. These claims haven't been proven, but just the accusation alone sent shockwaves through social media and had people asking major questions.
Trying to slut him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists. Okay. I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
Now, when it comes to the lawsuit Jaguar may be referencing, many believe she's talking about a reported $50 million loss of earnings lawsuit connected to both Will and Diddy. Bryshere was previously rumored to be preparing legal action, and a blind item added more fuel to the conversation. It suggested that a powerful music mogul could soon face allegations from a male accuser and that he wouldn't be the last to come forward. That blind item specifically named Sean Diddy Combs, and the internet ran with it. People had strong reactions to all of this. Some pointed out how Bryshere's behavior changed over time, saying it was painful to watch his downfall. Others questioned the environments young stars are raised in and how power dynamics in the industry can seriously damage people long-term. It's messy, emotional, and deeply uncomfortable. So now the question is back on the table. Do you believe Bryshere and Will's relationship crossed the line? Do you think Bryshere was pressured into situations he didn't fully understand at the time? Or do you think this is all being exaggerated for attention? I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, and let the conversation keep going. And don't forget to click on the next video, because this story gets even messier from here.